Hello guys, this is Warrior here, and we are back with a video selection time for our new faction in Divide and Conquer 4.6. So this is something that I'll be going forward, where I'm going to be picking several factions, letting you see kind of some of their forces, and seeing which one you want me to pick from to do the next Let's Play. So here we have the Duels of Kaza. This is some of their units that they get. The Leaping Guard, or sorry, not the Leaping Guard, the Legion Deeping Guard, First Legion, Khazad Guardians, Balian's Guard, Khazad Reclaimers, their stock infantry units. Now, their army is basically heavy armor, great defense. We're fighting it right now in the Blue Mountains Let's Play. If you want to see the Duels of Khazad and their very unique starting position, plus their faction mechanics, let me know and we will make that, or I will make that happen. Not we, there's no one else that does this, but I will make that happen. Now, there is going to be 4 other factions in this list. Here's some of my thoughts on this faction. The Duels of Khazad, your early opponent is Moria. We will defeat Moria. Then after that, go after the Snowwalks, remnants of Angmar, and then push south against Isengard and whatever is left to the south and Dunlin, and then defeat Mordor depending on where Mordor is at. Or go and help Erebor, or defeat the Blue Mountain Dwarves in case they have turned to the dark side. So, which they do have that option, and if they do, we will go defeat them, because we are good dwarves, not evil dwarves. So that is the first faction. The next faction is about to be on screen in, well, for y'all it'll be seconds. For me, it'll take me a little while to get set up. So here is the next faction in line. So just before I get to that, make sure to drop which faction you want me to play in the comment section below. The one that has the most comments will continue on. So here is the next faction. Hello guys, this is Warrior here, and we are back with another faction selection. So this is the High Elves. We are bristling with our more late to mid-tier units. Mythland Nobles, Sindar Archers, Noldor Defenders, Aryan Smiths, which is some of the best anti-infantry units in the game for infantry. The Enladian Tyrio, which are pikemen, which are very elite pikes. Noldor Veterans are elite strike infantry units. Sindar Axemen, which are armor piercing. Sindar Spearmen. Nodorian Archers, some of the best archers in the whole game. Very balanced faction, however, they are small in number and require a lot of maintenance early on with their split um, starting locations at Imladris and in the Grey Haven. So if you wish for me to play this faction, all you have to do is leave it down in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about a High Elf video in 4.6 if you want to see this faction play out. Leave it down in the comment section below, and I look forward to your selection because I think this would be a very fun campaign to try out. Um, you are very limited, but you do get some unique heroes and some neat, unique generals that kind of play into a very story-based narrative. This one we would be definitely going after the ring in order to destroy Mordor. So, until next time, I will see you in our next faction selection here in a minute. Oh, and also the reason why I'm not going into more in depth of what I'm going to do, because it's kind of obvious with the High Elves. Destroy all evil factions, no matter who they are. So, here is the next faction. Are now at the next selection. So if you do not know who these are, this is the Anduin Veil faction. So I have some of their better units, mid to late tier units, the Karak Guard, Greenwood Foresters, which is their ranger unit, the Veil Defenders, which you can get early on but are a mid-tier unit, mid-tier pike, Skin Changers, which we've already seen a lot of in our Blue Mountain, how dangerous they are. They are elite troops. Very much some of the most dangerous infantry in the whole game. There's not a lot of them, but they pack a wallop. Edrin Footmen, decent spearmen, hold the line, etc. in these units. Great versatile, have a really good javelin, and are decent in melee. So this faction is very much a skirmisher faction. Balanced, has really good balance to it. Relies heavily early on its generals, the skin changers. So this faction is in the Anduin Veil, which is along the river. It is a very hard starting location. You're fighting both the Goblins of Moria, the Snow Orcs, and Dumbledore, and really kind of facing the full wrath of all three, especially the Snow Orcs. I have attempted to play Anduin Veil campaign in the past on the channel. I got to episode 2 and had to completely scrub everything because there was and I think it was in version 4.5, it was crashing, and I couldn't figure out what was causing the crash, but they since fixed the problem that was causing the crash, so in 4.6. So if you want to see this faction, leave it down in the comment section below. The overall goals of the campaign will be a typical defeat the Goblins of Moria, Snow Orcs, Dumbledore. After that, we'll kind of craft the narrative as we see the campaign map unfold. But those will be the early tiers. That'll take at least until turn 90 or 100, and depending on what all happens will dictate how the campaign plays out from there. So I can also show you how to play them because I've played them several times, and there's a particular method on how to deal with the Snow Orcs and Dumbledore while dealing with the goblins to basically shut them off where you don't have to deal with them. So until next time, I will see you in... This is selection 3, so if you want to, you could go selection 1, Duels of Kaza, selection 2, High Elves, selection 3, Anduin Veil. And the 4th pick, I think you're going to find very interesting. So, because it's not my typical what I have on the channel. So, I will see you in a minute while y'all soak in some views of those skin changes. Look at them beards. That's what I'm talking about. Hello guys, this is Warrior here, back to the next selection, and that is Edit Wythe. So Edit Wythe is an unusual pick. I would say so because most people don't want to play Edit Wythe, and it's because of one reason. It is a very glass cannony faction where you have to use its one strength to its utmost to win battles, and that is your ability to skirmish. So these units here, if you notice, javelin unit, javelin unit, javelin unit, javelin unit, javelin unit. You have to use all of this plus your archers to maximum effect, especially once you get these guys right here, Guardians of Edit Wythe. Now, this faction is going to be different. It would be a neutral stance faction. We would play it however we want the campaign to play out. So if we want to go more evil, we could go attack allied nation or good nations. If we want to go more good, we could attack evil nations. We could attack whoever we wanted. But first we'd have to build ourselves up. There's a lot of rebel territory in that area when you start off as Edit Wythe, and it allows for campaigns to progress. Now they will make us choose at a certain point, but, and it's kind of early on, it's like turn 30, if they don't already declare war on us. But Isengard, Dunland, Bree are kind of our early opponents, depending on which way we go. There's a lot of rebel areas, and there's a lot of territory that we have to take and consolidate our grounds. But once we do, we can make a lot of money and can drown them in bodies, and that's kind of the way they play, is mass amounts of javelins and troops to wear down the opponents. So it is a very interesting faction if you want to see this faction play out. Let me know. Here is some of their better units, and they're not even that great. Moot Keepers, Guardians of Edit Wythe, which is by far their best unit. Mithril Warriors, which I think is like Forest Warriors. Elder Guardsmen, which is a Javelin dual sword unit. Angarian Raiders, which is kind of their mid-tier infantry slash javelin unit. River Elders, which is their best spear and has a javelin unit. Foresters of Haeth, they are a archer unit. They're a ranger unit. Graveflood Raiders, they're low tier option to the Anduin Raiders. Not very great, but they do have a javelin. And then this is their best hold their line unit. Now, if you want to see this faction, leave it down in the comment section below. This is option 4. And the final option is for you. If there's another faction that you want me to play, leave it down in the comment section below, and I will um, give it consideration. If it gets enough support, I will play it. And it doesn't matter what it is. I've given you 4 options. The 5th is for you. So, until next time, this has been Warrior here. Hope you enjoyed this video, and please leave down in the selection. This will be taking the place of the Dalian campaign, I believe. Or the Eddard Lewin Let's Play whenever it finishes. So I'm doing this about a month or so in advance, considering that they are probably about a month left of content on Dale. Blue Mountain, there's still Mordor and still some very meat to that. So we shall see on that one. But definitely Dale, it's closing in, I think. So until next time, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Leave it down in the comment section below, and whatever faction wins out, we'll be starting in about a month. So until next time, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao for now.